Leverage off existing markets. If you're a kayak salesman, for instance, and you want to go on to social marketing, find groups that might like kayaks. Find adventure Taz or find holiday Taz and talk about kayaks. Put your links in there, put some comments on there linking back to your website. Essentially doing this is like a free form of search engine optimization. There's a community out there waiting for you to speak to. You don't have to create it. Find them, talk to them and share with them relevant content. We learned that there was different tools for different applications. There's blogs and there's Twitter and there's your Facebook and your YouTube. If you can use these and use these well, then they're great to have all of them. Link them all, but link them back to your web page. Of course, we still want our marketing objectives, and it always comes back to marketing objectives. We still want those met. Content, content, content. I can't go on enough about it. Make it engaging, but make it relevant. Make up things. Create, share, talk, link, and direct. If you want to influence the community, you have to be a part of it. And that again is talk to them on their level. Get involved with them and get involved in the fields that they're in. If you're going to have a prize, like we did, and we learnt this the hard way, make sure that the prize is relevant and worth the squeeze. We wanted a lot of user-generated material. There's a lot of companies that want people to put together user-generated material. If your prize isn't worth it, they won't do it for you. So either think creatively or make the prize really shit hot. Didn't mean to use that language. I apologise to the ladies. Socials and the gentleman. Social media doesn't care if you like the idea of it or not. People will still talk about your brands. The thing that you can do is you can change what people say about them, and you can change that by joining in or facilitating conversation. But remember that you're talking to people and not computers, and that's hard. Remember social etiquette. Remember, speak smartly and not loudly. Imagine you're on the other end. I like to think of us at a digital dinner party as a tag-along. Realise that the number of friends or followers that you have is not indicative of success. Quality over quantity wins every time. So remember your marketing plans and stick to them. Understand the benefits of social marketing, set realistic objectives, start small and plan big, but realise that it truly is, pause, the future. Now, nearly finished, so now I'm going to give you some stats. Now you don't have to take these in, I'm basically bewildering you with numbers, which is always exciting. Most of these stats I've got from AC Nielsen, the others I've frankly made up to flesh out the presentation. Of course that's a joke, just making sure you're awake. Okay, I'm going to race through these. 50%, I'm going to go that fast, woo. 50% of the world's population are under 30. I think there's something like 96% of these are engaged with social media. 9.9 million Australians are engaged with social media. 40% of online Aussies interact with brands via social media. 34% of bloggers post opinions about products and brands. So what are they saying, and how can you change and influence what they're saying? Have a look at Twitter. In January this year, 1.2 million Twitter users in Australia. 14% of online Aussies follow companies, brands or organisations. That's huge. 41% of business owners reported positive results using Twitter. 78% of online Australians have shared a photo or link. 41% of online Australians have streamed or downloaded video content, and 21 do so regularly. Now that's all the stats I have for tonight. There are more, though if I gave them, you would end up leaving here not only with a newfound interest in social media, but also steak knives, an Ab Circle Pro and some kind of celebrity endorsed grill. So I'll stop right there. But now is really the time to get excited about social marketing, how it can affect your brand, and where it can take your brand. There are also a whole heap of mediums to take in. You don't have to understand this, but you can come and speak to a professional. Meant to point backwards. There's so many things. There's vlogging and blogging and vodka and podcasts, iPhones, iPad applications. It all rhymes. It all made sense. Now it just sounds like a 50-cent freestyle rap, but that's okay. Now I want to finish up there before I leave no room for Russ. And that is, in conclusion, social marketing works. It does work. People make money out of it, and that's what we're all here for, or to shift perception, but you know. There is a good reason why Jetstar have recently shifted 40% of their marketing spend recently to online. Why Pepsi no longer advertises at the Super Bowl, but is rather putting that spend towards the online space. Why Ford in the US is now putting 25% of its media spend in this area. Why 300,000 businesses have Facebook pages. And that's because social marketing works. It translates into sales, changes in perception, changes in behaviour. Added loyalty, brand activation and awareness. To be a bit kitsch, the writing's on the Facebook wall, so to speak. So don't be fooled by the doubters, and there will be those, despite the facts. There were, of course, people that continued to think that the world was flat, or that the plague was caused by witchcraft, or that penicillin was no more than a placebo. Time has proven them all wrong. Pop that there. Eric Qualman, author of Socialnomics, where I've got 95% of my stats, sums it up like this. He says that the question in 2010 is not whether or not we take part in social marketing or take part in social media, but rather, how will we do it? Don't become a social outcast. Remember this, customers and consumers are no longer passive. They think, they understand. Don't just talk to them. Don't just talk at them, talk to them rather. And think of it like this, put yourself in their shoes. If they see you not doing social, they may consider you anti-social. And I would rather do business with a friend, like Sam at Linda's Farm Fish Shop. So get connected, and if you're unsure, find someone passionate to help you. Now, I had planned for this to sort of zoom in and out like a crazy chicken feed ad, but that's what you get, and you get the point, and that's just absolutely shameless. Now, you've got a great brand. Now, go tell someone that cares. And that's really what I want to get out to you tonight. Now, if you want to get your feet wet and you want to get involved in social media and you're a bit timid, that's fine. We have set up some links. Simply come to redjelly.com.au and click on one of these links and just see. We'll be sharing some content about social marketing and social media. I know I've probably talked as fast as Tony Robbins after 13 Red Bulls, but you'll be able to pick that up and maybe slow down the speed. But click on any of these links and see what we're able to do and see what we're getting across and see that we're really about the community and really about sharing information. So come on board and say hello. And I want to finish on this last note. Now, I heard this in 1987. My mum said to me, she said, now, Jared, get off your bums and go be social. And I think that applies to all of us tonight. Thank you. I've been Jared.